Hey there, folky folks. What's going on? Back to front porch devotion time. A little chilly here in Arkansas. Been kind of a dreary, drizzly day. When I say cold, I mean cold by Arkansas standards. It's like 50, but it gets any colder, I'm gonna have to turn front porch devotion into a fireside chat or an inter-office monologue or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm out of here now. So, tell you this story. This lady was throwing a dinner party one night, right? She had the whole table spread out. Everything was good to go. They're all sitting down to eat, 10, 12 of them. She turns to her little 6-year-old daughter, and she says, "Honey, why don't you say the blessing for the food?" And the little 6-year-old girl says, "But Mommy, I don't know what to say." And her mom says, "Well, just you've heard me pray. Just go ahead and say something that Mommy would say, right?" So she folds her hands, bows her head, and says, "Dear Lord, why did I invite all these idiots over for dinner?" Boy, you talk about getting busted. I bet Mom wishes she could take that back. Kid had picked it up from somewhere, right? Well, it reminds me of a Bible verse, Luke 6:45, where Jesus said, "A good person produces good out of the good stored up in his heart. An evil person produces evil out of the evil stored up in his heart. For his mouth speaks from the overflow of the heart," right? So whatever's in there, it's coming out. If you got good in here, it's coming out. If you got bad in here, it's coming out one way or the other, right? You ever had anything come out of your mouth where you were just kind of like, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, right? Everyone who's seen The Wizard of Oz remembers that scene from the end of the movie. That great fire-breathing wizard was just nothing more than a wimpy little man standing behind a curtain, working some levers of machine there. And in spite of all his attempts to fool people, eventually the truth came out, and it usually does. It's the same with people's words and actions. People can put up a good show for a while, but sooner or later that real person behind the curtain is coming out and it shows through. So what does your language and behavior reveal about the real you? Okay, if you find that your words and actions are, disproportionately over here angry, most of what you say and do is angry all the time, or you're kind of moping around and everything you say and do is kind of, depressed or depressing all the time, or hopeless or negative, then, take those things to the Lord and ask Him to transform them from the inside out. Okay, what comes out of here and what you do is generally a good barometer of what's going on in here. So whatever it is, ask the Lord to straighten it out. It said in Luke 6:45, a good person produces good out of the good stored up in his heart. An evil person produces evil out of the evil stored up in his heart. For his mouth speaks from the overflow of his heart. So if any of that needs fixing, take it to the Lord. That's your Bible front porch devotion this weekend. We'll see y'all later. Take care.